Today on the podcast, we're covering a high-profile AI acquisition by AMD. And essentially the headline here is that AMD plans to bolster its position in the AI market with the acquisition of Nod.ai. So I think this is a fairly significant move, and today on the podcast, I'm going to be diving into all of the implications of this acquisition, why AMD is doing this, why they're not building this internally, what they hope to gain from this, and really what their vision is as they move into the future. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Welcome to the world's #1 AI podcast, AI Chat. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Make sure that you go to AIbox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to AIbox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really, really appreciate it. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. As I mentioned, this is a significant move, and I think it's really showcasing its ambitions in the AI arena. So Advanced Micro Devices, or AMD as it's commonly called, has just revealed its plans to acquire Nod.ai. So this is a young startup which has been around for only 3 years, so very new. It's known for its kind of expertise in fine-tuning AI software for top-tier hardware. And of course, AMD being a hardware company, I think this, fits very well into their company and their strategy for the future. So the AI chip market right now is characterized by everyone knows about it because it's growing very fast. And, NVIDIA hit like a $1 trillion market cap or past it because of this. And it's anticipated to scale up to a staggering $383 billion by 2032. So I think with this acquisition, AMD really demonstrates not just its commitment to kind of securing a global footing in this sector that's growing very fast, competing with NVIDIA and all that, but I think it's also kind of forward-thinking approach to shaping the AI landscape. So if we talk a little bit about, an emphasis on open source software systems, AMD's vision for AI isn't just hardware alone, right? Their growth strategy pivots around an open source ecosystem aiming at essentially demystifying the AI adoption curve for customers. So what this actually looks like in, play is that this ecosystem is rich with developer-centric tools, libraries, and models. So by bringing Nod.ai into its fold, AMD pretty much just expands its capabilities, and I think it's essentially just solidifying itself in this AI space. So, what makes Nod.ai such an important company to AMD? Why are they acquiring it? I think for starters, the startup is pretty much at the forefront of revolutionizing AI systems. So instead of, clinging to some outdated tech, they're really doing some new things here. So essentially their Shark, SHARK, their Shark machine learning distribution is constructed on pillars like LLVM, MLIR, OpenXLA, and IREE. And Node.ai's fine-tuning mechanism, I think, is really, a lot of people think that it's quite impressive as far as its innovation. The promising facets of Node.ai software is its ability to essentially speed up the rollout of AI models on a whole bunch of different platforms that leverage AMD's architecture. So, they're already plugging into AMD's ecosystem, already speeding up things in the AMD space. And so I think it makes a lot of sense for AMD just to straight up acquire them. So this includes a bunch of big companies like Indistinct Data Center Accelerators, Ryzen AI processors, EPYC processors, Versal CS, and also Radeon GPUs. So a lot of these strategic integrations have profound implications. Vaseem Bopna, who is the senior vice president of the artificial intelligence group at AMD, said, quote, "The acquisition of Nod.ai is expected to significantly enhance our ability to provide AI customers with open software that allows them to easily deploy highly performant AI models tuned for AMD hardware." And of course, this helps a lot that they specifically focus on AMD hardware. AMD, kind of jumping into AI isn't a recent phenomenon. Over the years, the company has poured resources into AI technology, and they've kind of been the champions of a bunch of different architectures like, CDNA or XDNA and RDNA, and also Zen. So I think this commitment is clearly geared towards rivaling industry giants like NVIDIA and Intel in, of course, this market that's projected to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars in the next few years. So I think that, this isn't just about technology. AMD is also, I think, trying to kind of harness the talent over at Nod.ai. This is what a lot of people might call like an acqui-hire, although in reality, Nod.ai has like a ton of really solid tech and software. So obviously they're buying it for the tech and software, but like they have really smart people over there right now. And I think that, kind of getting all of that talent is really important for AMD right now. The startup's contributions to AI software include, Shark and Torch MLIR. And it's got a lot of attention. So I think by assimilating this pool of engineering talent, AMD is hoping to supercharge its open source developer credibility. So with this acquisition, the tech giant AMD has once again pretty much highlighted its vision for future AI plays that they're going to be making. Only time is going to tell now how this merger will shape. It's not officially closed. They've just made the announcement that they're planning on doing it. And of course, nowadays in tech, with the landscape the way it is, you make a big announcement, you see if, some government body has a problem with it, wants to shut it down, and then you move forward. So I think the trajectory of AI innovations and deployments in the coming years are going to accelerate. And I think this, these types of acquisitions are going to play a big role into some of these bigger companies snapping up the smaller ones and essentially integrating innovative ideas into their platforms, doing that.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.